Hello, this is Heng from Legal Document Services. Today I will be talking to you about the eviction process because squattering is happening throughout the state of California and throughout the nation. So I think it is appropriate at this time for me to inform you of the eviction process and talk a little bit about the issue. So with no further ado, the eviction process starts out with tenants receives 3 days, 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days notice to move out. And then after the time frame on the notice has lapsed, then tenants is served summons and complaint of unlawful detainer. Okay. And then within 5 days of being served with the summons and the complaint, the tenant has an option to file motions or to do nothing. And um, so now the route of filing the motions, the tenant has to file an answer within 5 days after the summons and the complaints are served. And then after filing the answer, the discovery process uh, starts, where the landlords gather up all the evidence, all photos, all written documents, um, and anything that can support their case. Okay. And then after the discovery process, the landlord would file the request or counter request to set the case for trial. And then the court would issue the notice of hearing. And then the trial would be held within 20 days. Okay. And um, in the trial, if the judgment is for the tenant stays. If the judgment is for the landlord, then the tenants would receive the sheriff's 5 days eviction notice. And then he or she also has an option to file the motion for stay of execution to buy more days to stay, but eventually would get evicted by the sheriff. Okay. On the other hand, after 5 days and the tenants didn't do anything, then um, the landlords would file the request to enter default. So that's for default judgment. And the judgment would be entered in favor of the landlord. And then there's an option for the tenants to file the motion to set aside default and default judgment. Okay. And um, the the tenant would receive a 5 days no 5 day eviction notice from the sheriff anyway. Okay. And then he would have an option to file the motion for stay of execution to buy more day to stay, but eventually would get evicted. Um, if the default judgment has been entered in favor of the landlord, and the tenant doesn't file any um, other motions after that, then the tenant would receive the 5 day eviction notice from the sheriff. He still has the option to file the motion for stay of execution, but eventually would get evicted by the sheriff. So through this whole eviction process, we see that there are many documents to be filed. Okay, so we see there's a notice that would need to be filed, and then the summons and the complaint, and then the answers from the tenants, the request or counter request to set case for trial by the landlord. Um, we see the motion to set aside default and default judgment by the tenants, um, the motion for stay of execution to buy more time for the tenants. So all of these documents can be handled by the legal document services. Um, and we help you to fill out all of these forms, legal documents, and file with the court, as well as manage your entire eviction process. So, we would be very happy to help you with professionalism, efficiency, and cost savings. So I hope that you are more informed of the eviction process with a growing issue of squattering and unlawful detainers throughout the state and the nation. If you like more videos like this where I um, inform you of more legal processes and legal proceedings, please give me a like and a share so that I can um, make more videos in the future. Thank you very much for your time and attention. And until next time, thank you. Bye bye.